Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Today I will probably be covering, MLB for the first time, in a long time. So, but I'm gonna start with football. The Jets hired Robert Saleh, I think it is, but, it's tough last name to pronounce. I don't know if this was about really I don't think this is about, hiring the perfect coach for Darnold or hiring someone that can rally the team together. It was about hiring the opposite of Gase, if you look in the big picture, not just that. He's the complete opposite of Gase. He has a big presence, he's confident, he'll elevate their defense, and everyone likes him. The Browns and Dolphins hired the right coach, and you know that because they looked better in 2 to 3 games. Alright, my Packers will be playing the Rams in 15 minutes. The Browns and, reports are saying Darnold will probably start. I like that he's starting. They got a ton of draft picks, a lot of cap space, and so far it looks like they have a great GM. This should work out for the Jets. And I want it to work out. I'm rooting for that. I like the Jets. I'm heading back to the Chiefs being 10-point favorites. I'm just trying to, I want to let people know, this is not about me hitting on the Chiefs. I'm not trying to hate on them. I think they're going to win. Honestly, I think they're winning the Super Bowl this year. Again, I think they're repeating. But I think it's a little crazy to have them as 10-point favorites. As a Packers fan, I know, the Packers win close games, normally. It's normally close games, and people think they're overrated because of that. But I think as long as they're winning games, look in the big picture. I hate the people who look like details. Oh, but they only won by 5 points. Sometimes you have to do that as an analyst, though, so I'm trying to... if you win, you win. There is some, I'd be stupid to admit that there is some times where I do worry, when the Steelers, I was worried about the Steelers from the beginning of the year, because they never had the talent to be undefeated, so I always thought they were overrated, and then they only beat the practice squad Ravens by 5 points, so that's something to worry about, definitely. But if you're, beating a bench player team, then that's, by, 5 points, then you gotta worry about that. But if you're just beating, an average or good team by, 5 points, that's okay. You're winning the game. You're doing what you have to win. I don't mind people beating bad teams by, 5. As long as you had a comfortable lead all game. If you had a comfortable lead all game, then you're okay. But if it was a shootout with a bad team, then yes, that's worrisome. But the Chiefs have done what they have to do to win these last couple of games. So, and there are a lot of upsets in the divisional round. I feel like the big upset always comes in the divisional round. There was obviously a big upset. Browns beat the Steelers, so that's something to consider. They're coming off of a big ego boost. So that's, always a good thing to come off a big ego boost like that. Ravens lost last year. Steelers, 8-point favorites against the Jags 3 years ago, lost. Rodgers, after a 15-1 season, lost to the Giants in 2011. The Browns are fast-paced, too. They're 10-0 when leading at half. I think this is a good close game that Kansas City wins. I think it's, 35-31. I think it's close. I think it's very close. It's a close game. Don't be saying, don't call blowout. Trust me. I've liked the Browns since they started signing all those players. That's why I like the Jets, because they're signing a bunch of young players that are very, very exciting. And I think they're gonna be good in a bit. So let's see. So there's always an upset in the division round. Let's see who would take the hit. Because the media, whenever there's an upset, they always come after the one guy. They're they're pointing fingers at one guy. So, if the Rams beat the Packers, the guy who's taking the hit, Aaron Rodgers, far and away, he's going to be... Ooh. It's not going to be fun for me to watch because I'm a Packers fan, but any other people who are not fans of the Packers, that would be fun to watch. Rodgers would just get abused by everyone because he lost to the Rams. He has home field. He has Aaron Jones, a top running back. Devontae Adams, best receiver. Jair Alexander, the top-rated corner this year, although he isn't the best corner in the league. And since the Super Bowl, if he loses this game, he's 6-8. The light is shining on you, Rodgers. So, he's under pressure here. If the Ravens... Well, I don't think it's an upset. See, I think there's only two upsets that can happen. Packers lose to the Rams and Chiefs lose to the Browns. The other two games are kind of toss-ups, but you think this other side should win. Like, the Bills should beat the Ravens, but they might not. I can see the Ravens winning, absolutely. I just have the Bills winning, like, 33-27 about. Like, it's a close game there. But Lamar's critics will take a hit if the Ravens upset. This way, he's 2-2 in the playoffs. He has over 100 passer rating, and he has won 81% of his games. And now he's in the AFC Championship with a chance of going into the Super Bowl. So, that's a tough one for the Lamar critics. If the Bucs upset the Saints, and I don't think this is much of an upset. I think, again, like the Saints should win. They've beaten them the last 2 times. They should win. But the Bucs have a guy named Tom Brady who is known for coming up when it matters most. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I think Saints win this one by a score of about 31-28. Close game. So if the Bucs went upset, the Patriots take a hit. All they needed to do was give Brady a little bit of some pieces. Just some pieces. And if they did that, they'd be in the playoffs right now and not in QB hell. And I would hate having a middle draft pick. Like, if you have a top draft pick, what you're thinking is, okay, we're not going to get the best person in the draft, but we're clearly close. We just need a couple pieces. If you're a top pick, you're like, all right, we got to get a great player, and we got to sign a bunch of people in free agency, and we'll develop. When you're a middle pick, you're like, all right, where do we go here? Do we go young and then develop the young guys? Or do we just wait till free agency and sign the people that will get us to win now mode? Like, the middle pick is never a good thing, I don't think. So the Pats will take a hit there if the Bucs win. If the Browns upset the Chiefs, the media takes a hit. The media does, and I'm part of the media, so I will take a hit. Well, kind of. I mean, I'm not... I can see the Browns winning. They said the Chiefs are the next dynasty. I think it's a bit of a stretch, because they also said the Seahawks would be one. They also said the Niners, when they had Jim Harbaugh, would be one. And, I want this to be a dynasty. I'm dead serious. I want it to be. Because the Pats dynasty was so incredibly boring. It was all defense, power running. Sometimes Brady will hit a deep throw. Let's slow the game down. Let's win close. Bleh. Awful. Chiefs are explosive. I'm rooting for that. I'm rooting for that. As a Cavs fan, I hated the Warriors dynasty, but if I weren't a Cavs fan, I'm sure I would have loved it. Because it's a fun dynasty. They're explosive. They're not about defense. They're about offense, moving fast. So I'm rooting for this dynasty, but if they lose, the media takes a big hit here. All right. So we are moving on to recent news here. All right. So, I'm sorry for this podcast being a day late, by the way. Yesterday I had to go to a party, so that's what I did. Yeah, I decided to go Kyrie on that one. But Jaguars hire Urban Meyer. Called it actually I'm 1 for 2, because, I said that the Jets would, hire Matt Eberflus, but I did say that they could hire Robert Saleh. But, hiring great assistants, because I heard, Meyer is building a staff already. Hiring great assistants is massive in head coaching. Like, I can't wait for this. This is a big culture change for them. He's going to have a young team. I think he'll do great there. This could be like a league changer. Like, this can change the league. Because, but like I said, like I explained how he's a culture changer. He changes the culture so fast, you know. I think it's going to be good. He's got Trevor Lawrence coming too. I think it's going to be great. And Arthur Smith offered the Falcons job. I hope they hire him. I hope they do. It just feels right. He has a town in Nashville. He runs a Shanahan-like system. It feels right. Like, and the Falcons aren't a dead franchise. The only dead franchise in the league right now are the Lions. The Jets look like they're up and coming. They're going to come up. Jaguars are up and coming. Browns are getting better by the second. Falcons are still there. Texans are still alive a bit. If they can hire the right coach, they got it. Lions are the last dead franchise. And I think Arthur Smith can push Matt Ryan like he did Tannehill. So I think that's a good... I think it would be a good hire if he takes it. It's a good offer. Let's just see if he wants it. So, I just talked about Kyrie. He's been fined for violating COVID-19 rules. And for showing up to a party when he's been skipping work for clearly what's not an injury. As a Cavs fan, nothing delights me more than this. Oh, this is luxury seeing him. Because I'm a LeBron fan too. I know I'm not going to talk about the GOAT debate. Because raises too many questions. Like I said, 4 GOATs. Kareem, LeBron, MJ, Kobe. Throw Chamberlain in there too. Throw anyone you want in there. But I don't have an opinion on the GOAT. But as a LeBron fan and a Cavs fan, this delights me. Seeing him completely fail without them. That's why you don't irrationally request a trade. Alright. But something... I got it. You don't have to put everything on the internet, by the way. Like, I don't even know how they even got the video, because he's at like a birthday party or something. So wouldn't that be like with his friends? Wouldn't he be like with friends there? If your friend is throwing you under the bus like that, then... Okay. Although, I think it was, he was just trying to film it for, like, memories and all that. And I guess he didn't think about the possible consequences there. I think Kyrie deserves it, because he was wrong to, not alert anyone. I know he did text some players about it, but... I mean, it's very sketchy. Very sketchy here. He deserves this, though. But you should stop putting everything you do on the internet. You gotta think, what's gonna happen if I post Kyrie Irving on the internet here? People are gonna explode. Maybe I'll get attention. But, yeah, I remember, I heard something like Derek Jeter would tell people to leave their phones outside. Just so no one, films anything he does. I mean, Kyrie deserves that. I'm so glad. I know I shouldn't be rooting for people to fail. I know it's a terrible thing to do, but Kyrie just seems like he left in such a smug way from Cleveland. Just requesting a trade, just leaving. Did he realize that LeBron's contract was up the next year? I think LeBron may have. I think LeBron may have wanted to leave, even